As men, we struggle with a lot of things. We struggle with taking on too much. We struggle with emotional language. We don't know how to unload and let people into our brains, and we shut down, stuff like that. But we, most importantly, struggle with our father's affections. A father that we desire a dad to look down and say to us, son, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of what you accomplished. I'm proud of the man you are. I'm proud of the integrity you have in your life, the way you treat your family, whatever, you could fill in the blank. It's always like those moments in movies where a father reaches down to his son and says, son, I'm proud of you. And then they just like, those moments always get me. I'm a sucker for those moments. So when I read this article about Elon Musk's father saying he's not proud of his son, I couldn't believe it. I'm thinking, maybe this is why Elon has so much drive. He wants his father's approval, or maybe he wants to, flip his father off saying, I told you so. I told you I could do this. I'm better than you, or whatever. I mean, here's the exchange between the Australian host, Jackie O. She said, your offspring's a genius. He's worth so much money. He's created so many things. You can't take that away from him. Are you proud? And he responds, no. We are a family that have been doing a lot of things for a long time. It's not as if suddenly we started doing something. And then he went on to talk about Elon's brother being the pride and joy of his life, which is just crazy. So maybe there's like some disconnect because Elon's such on a different level compared to his brother, so he feels the need to protect his little brother. I don't know, from media scrutiny. Like, hey, your brother's awesome and you suck. What's going on? But when I read this article, I couldn't help but think about just culturally how important it is for us to have our father's approval. And some of us don't have that, or will never have that. And how do we deal with those emotions? Would we just put it in our work and work ourselves to death in order to get approval from clients or bosses or family members or whatever? My encouragement to you is to have community in your life. To find community, to find friends, to be a part of this community, get in the chat. I'll try to connect with you as much as possible because I know we have a culture today of people that are just lonely because we're so consumed with online stuff that we don't have a lot of close friends in our lives. And it's hard, especially as men. We're just not very good at making friends with one another because we have jobs, we have families, we have things in our lives. And so like having a close net brohood is hard to find sometimes. And I hope that if you can't find that in your city, that when I go live, that you can hang out with me. I mean, that's the reality of the world we live in. And that's why people like going live with people. It's not necessarily for the information, but you feel lonely and you feel like you're hanging out with somebody. So I hope to go live more often and hang out with you guys and be closer to you guys, because I think it's important to have community in your life, and community that builds you up and community that promotes you and wants your best. I know that the internet isn't full of that, and that most of the internet is full of just let's tear each other down, and that's hilarious, which is just the reality of the internet. If you want to be on the internet, you need to know how to play the game, which is unfortunate. But I wish like news agencies and news articles wouldn't put out this kind of stuff. I hate when they do that to presidents, to politicians. They just find they did that to Trump all the time. They were finding any estranged family relative or close person to the family to talk crap about Trump, and they'll put him up. It's just sad. If anything, an article like this, could you imagine having a son that is one of the richest men in the world, and it created so many great things? And you don't have to agree with everything, but could you imagine looking at that person and going, I'm not proud of you? What kind of insane thought process is that? That's abusive, man. That's just wrong. I just want you to know that even though you might be new to my channel, you might be an old subscriber, that I'm proud of you. And I'm thankful that you're here. And thank you for being a part of the community. I freaking love you. Bye.